Welcome, World of Reggae viewers. This is Danny Creatah live from Dordrecht at the Popcentrale, and I'm here with Micah Shemaiah. Hi, Micah.
What's up, man?
Everything cool. Everything cool.
Yeah,
we just watched you perform your performance with Roots Eye Vision Band.
yes.
Great as always. It's always nice. It's always nice to see you and having this kind of different vibe. You know, this truly roots reggae vibe that me personal as a reggae lover. That's why I started liking roots reggae music. So how did you experience it tonight?
Yeah, it was great. You know, I mean, coming into Dordrecht, first of all, I had some kind of vibes. You know, not so. Good and thing coming from Jamaica, because sometimes the stress gets to you. But I mean, this show really has opened up the energy now. So I feel the energy from the crowd. Actually, glad we got a nice turnout tonight, which is something good, because when you're doing a show in the festival seasons, it's not so easy. So we give thanks for the people of Holland, to come and give us the energy. It was great, man. It was really great.
See, as we just said, the vibes were nice. Being in Dordrecht now, having this show, you did perform tune after tune after tune that did make the crowd move. What kind of tunes are you working at right now? Because recently you released Root Boy Jamaica with Jark.
Yes.
Can you tell us something about that tune?
Yeah, that was a project from some years. I think it was 2 years now we've had that project. Jark brought it to me, the rhythm to me, and asked me to do a song on it. And then when I started vibing the song and thing in my studio, I actually heard him make a sound, and I was like, wow, you can sing, man, or you can DJ, you can do a lot of things. So I asked him to be on the track, and from that he started writing, and then we started putting the whole thing together. It was really nice. For a year we decided to hold off and just get a proper mix, make sure say it nice for the people. And then we put it out. It was all about a social commentary, really. I mean, it's a Jamaican energy. It's a song directed toward Jamaican energy. So we're kind of fed up with what is going on in Jamaica. So we have to find ways how to put it to the people. And it's kind of a different song for me, because normally I stick to the heavy roots and stuff. So that is more of a commercial Jamaican song, really. And we give thanks for what the people have thought of it so far. You know what I mean? Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, well, we could also see here, for example, in Europe, that the tune came in hard, and I see that people really like it. And when it's played in the dance, then the people really start moving. And well, I think that's what reggae music is all about, of course.
Definitely.
One of the other projects I want to touch on is the whole reggae, how was it called? Bush Tea. Sorry, yeah, Bush Tea project.
Yeah.
How did that whole vibe came about?
It's really about just transformations in music, and me going through the whole universal movement of what music is, because music is cosmic. It's everything, really. That's why the Bible speaks of it in such high manner. So I mean, I've been doing rockers for a while now, and really I started playing acoustically, playing my guitar and writing ballad type songs, which are very much akin to the roots of the early ages, you know what I mean? And after a while, after doing the rockers, to me the rockers is really about the lifestyle of a Rasta man, you know what I mean? So I couldn't see myself singing about that forever, you know what I mean? Or that is not really my true calling. I do that because to be honest to the world, it is what got me into the whole scope of the music industry, because I was always trying to make good music, but until I did the rockers, people really didn't recognize that I was there, so the rockers gave me a way in, and which I give thanks for, but now I have to really balance myself and know that I am here really to provide a message to the people, to enlighten themselves. It's not so much about being perfect, it's about trying to be perfect, you know what I mean? And the Almighty Father is there watching all of us. I don't know if everyone believes in the Almighty, but there is an Almighty, you know what I mean, and he's watching all of us, and the earth right now, as we see it, it's going into all types of crazy things, and you know, we can't see our children living past 25, 26 years old, you know. So I want a better world, so I have to play my part. So the music that I make has to represent that, you know. So the Rockers, as I said, is the lifestyle of Rastafari. Now its truths and rights and the teachings of His Imperial Majesty that I need to bring to the people so that they can see the balance, you know, because the teaching is really about a unified world. His Majesty never went anywhere and talked about, you know, just Ethiopia and just one. You know, he's always saying the preservation of world unity and world peace, you know what I mean, and the survival of it. And when you say survival, that means, you know, things are going to come up against it, you know what I mean. So you have to have people that are actually there to stand up for it, and I count myself as one of those, you know. So yeah, the bush tea is original. It's like like you just say moringa, or people, I see people going after turmeric now and all of those powerful things that Rasta people have been pushing towards the world for years, you know what I mean. So for me, bush tea is going back to my acoustic roots, one, and writing songs of just a nature of a teaching perspective, you know what I mean. And then also the bush tea, because it is what we keep in Jamaica in our homes to keep us healthy, regardless of all of the pills and the doctors. And the bush tea, the little simple bushes where we have both in Jamaica, they are now world renowned, you know what I mean. And those are the things that keep us going. So I really connected the two and said, okay, well, bush tea is musically, and I mean, I'm trying to make music undiluted reggae music, which is just for healing, just for, you know, bringing people out of a slumber. Which that if you notice the show tonight, you know, that's always my. Sometimes you don't have the energy, but that's always my intention, you know, to see the people rise up, or if they even come out of them car and them say, boy, you know, it's so stressful today, and it, you know, all of these things, you know, you want to see them rise up, and you know, I got that. That is why it was a great show for me, you know. So yeah, that's what the bush tea represents, you know, the original state of what we are about, which is why Bob Marley is the greatest ever, because of the formula he had, which is what, to me, it was a bush tea formula. It was straight from just roots. It was not about anything fancy or put any coating on it. It was just, you know, what we're going through, you know, what we see, you know, what we think, you know, the world needs to be, to balance itself, you know what I mean. And that's just it. Somebody has to have that kind of voice. So yeah, the bush tea, you know, hopefully, you know, I have an album coming called Rootside Vision with some brethren in Switzerland. So hopefully, you know, the bush tea will be coming after that. It's just stages, as I say. The album coming in Switzerland, the Rootside Vision is a tribute to the Simmons drum, which is my brethren, they're one of their favorite, you know, parts of the whole reggae music build up over the years, and it's also mine. I love the Simmons drum as well. Not too much though, you know, but the album is a tribute to that, and it has very, as I say, powerful songs, you know, gearing towards that same meditation, more away from the rockers and more towards the teachings, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, and then the bush tea now will be the follow to that, and that will now, in my view, because I'm trying to grow musically as well, you know, I don't have the big production teams and the big studios, but you know, the music that I make, I try to make sure that it grows in terms of what I'm putting out melodically, one, and two, in terms of my lyrical growth, like you know, what am I saying, you know, directly.
Yeah. Well, correct, because yeah, basically it's going back to the basics, to the message of the music, and the message of Rastafari.
Basics.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Okay, cool. See, talking about the songs that you're making now and the projects, I want to touch another one. Maybe a little bit egocentric, because you recently, well, not recently, in 2012, you recorded Motherland.
Yes.
And that's 5 years ago now, but just recently it is released officially on Will the Reggae Records. But we never really discussed how this whole song came about.
It's just Africa. It's a love for Africa, you know what I mean? Me love Africa, Empress Sativa love Africa, so does Infinite, you know what I mean? When we are par back in them time, it was the greatest time of our lives, you know. Recently I posted something on Facebook about the same thing with we and the whole crew with Chronics and everybody back in them days, you know, that we was chatting like a massive energy, like it was just a ball of energy, even though it was individual artists, you know, so that was magical. And that song came from that, you know. That song we were sitting at the 12 tribes, just jamming, playing the guitar, me and Infinite Sativa, and I came up with the hook line and just singing it, and them just find them energy, and it just all came together. And then when we played it on the guitar, and then I think it was like a month afterwards we got the rhythm from World of Reggae. I think Kazam got the rhythm first, and I was really, because I do production as well and engineering and all these things, so I was in the studio working on Kazam's song, you know, and then it's like the energy of the Motherland song fit so much on the rhythm that we just decided to link up World of Reggae and see how we could, you know, make it possible, and it just worked perfectly. We even performed that song many times on even national television in Jamaica, me and Sativa and Infinite. Yeah, man, it's there, and you can find it in the archives. Yeah, it's there. So yeah, that was a great experience, and as I say, it's just a love for Africa. You know what I mean? We see Africa as our transition. It's the next stage of our spiritual development, you know. So yeah, we have to sing about that and speak of it always, because that is a part of our duty, you know, to make sure that people never forget, because His Majesty did say, until Africa is free, the world would never be free. So it's a reality. It's not, you know, I heard Bob say in an interview that his dream was to go to Africa and build a studio with golden knobs, and you know, then when we hear them things, there's like them things that spark me, you know what I mean? We're not making a lot of money in reggae music, you know, but we have the endeavor, we have the aspirations to make these things possible, and with the will of Jah and the movement, we are gonna make it possible, you know. Africa I go shine.
Yeah, man, true. Yeah, well, for me, this tune also represents a little bit my first time that I came to Papin.
Oh, yes.
Up the hill, where the first final Thursday session started, and everyone was gathering around and doing their thing. So, yeah, for me, this tune has this is a special meaning.
Every time you hear it, you remember those days directly. Yeah. Like when you linked me and said, boy, you know, tune going to be released soon, I'm like, what? And then I hadn't heard it for a while. I was listening to a lot of other music and then producing a lot of other music, so it was like just there, and it's still on YouTube. It was there from them time there, and then I went and dig it up and start listening to it. I must say, yo, that song just make me feel cool, like it's just cold bumps, because you start remember everything. You start remember what we did there, where we sit down, you know what I mean, the times that we perform. Remember one time we performed it at a place called Tony's Bar. That was a popular spot where that's the first time we met Raging Fire, everybody, and Pentatouche, and everybody buck up there, so you know what I mean, and we were performing that song, and I remember even off stage you'd have like the rest of the artists, them, you know, Chronics and everybody, and they were singing the song off stage, and me and Sativa and Infinite was singing. There was a special, there's so many special moments connected to that song, man. I tell you, it's magical.
Good to hear that. And before we forget, I have to big up Rakesh from RD Music, because he's the producer of the rhythm.
Okay, straight.
So, Rakesh,
big up Rakesh.
Yeah, man. Okay. What are you working on at the moment? Because I think tunes after tunes are still coming.
Yeah.
You're gonna work more on the Bush Teeth, I think.
Yeah, I'm working on my personal stuff, you know, but I mean, I really and truly, the reason why you're seeing tunes after tunes now is because you have two things that meet you as an artist, you know what I mean? People don't talk about stuff that I talk about, which is why sometimes I kind of get blacklisted, you know, as you call it, but reality is reality, you know. You have points where I started out this music really not looking to produce or do any music with Jamaican producers, because of the fact that, you know, it's just so much corruption that has gone through Jamaican industry, and I just don't want to be a part of that line, you know what I mean? So I try to stay low. I try to keep working with artists that basically no one knows, or you know what I mean, and but it works because it's good music, and these artists are actually quality artists, you know. So staying along that line now, I do my productions, and then now I look to the international community, because in my view you have to be a part of the whole community of reggae. Reggae is so small, and the people that actually are in it and driving that wheel and making it happen are so small in the world that to be a part of it is like it's a no-brainer. You know, it's a network that you have to be a part of. So the producers that are very little known in Europe, I do a lot of productions, one. You know, I don't do 2 songs for any one producer like that. So I do, you know, 1 song and share the music, and also because it helps me to live. You know what I mean? Yeah, because we're not making a lot of money, obviously, because the roots is very hard to break that mass market. So, you know, it's a part of our living, it's a part of the survival, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's a balance, you know what I mean? And right now, I work that way. Like, that's why there is so much singles coming out, because, you know, those are the producers that I've worked with for even last year. You know, for the songs is last year before, you know what I mean? And then I'm going to wait until all of that is out. And then it'll be like, remember when I just started, I produced like maybe 1 song a year. That's how I used to do it, you know. So I'm giving the world the music, and then I can see the acceptance, I can see the response, I can see where I need to go. You know what I mean? Yeah. And then I take that route. Yeah, man.
Cool. So talking about giving the people the music, where can people see you the coming time? I heard you're going to Budapest, I think.
Yes, Reggae Camp Festival in Hungary on the 28th of July. Yeah, that should be a great show. I think we're headlining that show with Warrior King, and I see Julian Marley on it. Also, I heard of Inner Circle, so that should be a great experience. It's all an experience to me, you know, working alongside those people. Julian Marley is somebody I respect very highly, you know what I mean. Among the Marleys, you know, I think he's a stern character, and to be in the roots and to hold firm, you have to be a stern character, you know what I mean. Yeah, so I respect that. And then Paradiso is on Monday, and it's a weekday. It's a weird day to have a show, I know, but it's me and Kabaka in Paradiso. You know. I think I'm gonna be opening, hopefully, and then yeah, you know, it should be a good vibe, so people can come watch that. It's gonna be a different set from what people have seen here, because I'm in the sound system culture. I perform mostly rockers, you know, because I separate the shows, you know, so it makes dynamic, and also it gives me a chance to express my true self on stage when I perform the roots to the highest level of, yeah. So in Kabaka's Paradiso show now, yeah, I'll be giving them the rockers, really, you know, Dread at the Control, Ganja Farmer, you know, a lot of new songs as well, some not released, you know, some nice songs that are not released, so people can come out to listen for that. I do perform a lot of songs sometimes that have never been released or never heard, you know, will be released, but it adds to the mystique of the energy, you know what I mean? Yeah, so, yeah, man.
So there's a lot inside you that still has to come out.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. Well, I want to thank you for this interview, or this reasoning. And Easy. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thanks for the music.
Yeah, man.
And thanks for the message.
Every time.
See you.
Every time.
Bless King. Peace.